Hello and welcome to LeftLane Analytics, optimizing business performance. LeftLane exists to simplify the decision-making process in supply chain and operations. We do this by simplifying the user experience atop the advanced mathematical models which power these decisions. Let LeftLane handle the technical complexities so you can make confident, data-driven decisions to drive long-term business impact. Let's walk through two sample projects so you get a better idea of how it works. The first example is a transshipment problem. This is a classic problem in operations research where the objective is to minimize total transportation costs while satisfying demand and supply constraints. In this problem, you can also use intermediate warehouses or hubs. LeftLane breaks down any problem into three parts: model, optimize, and analyze. In the first part, model, is where we enter all the input data. The tabs display the different input tables required for this problem. For example, the planning horizon is used to indicate the number of time periods you wish to run the optimizer for. Products lets you enter the products flowing in the network. Business partners lets you enter the locations as well as the node types. Transport lets you specify the cost for each possible route. This can be treated as a weight that the optimizer considers when trying to decide how much product should be shipped along each route as to minimize the total cost. The Supply and Demand tab captures a level of supply and demand for each product at each location. In this case, Douglas fir at this supplier. Again, the interactive map and the number of data points are determined by the length of the planning horizon you selected earlier. Next, we have Optimizer. This is the algorithm that takes the input data to compute an optimal solution. As you can see, we have provided a very intuitive interface to interact with the run parameters. You can toggle the different settings on and off. These settings are completely flexible and can be customized based on your business requirements. We also have a tab on randomized disruption factors to test model performance under adversities. Once you're satisfied, you can click the Optimize button. Finally, you can come to the Analyze tab to see the results. As you can see, the output network is depicted on the map. The different tabs represent the various KPIs, which are again customizable depending on your business needs. For instance, the Profitability tab breaks down the overall profit by revenue, cost, production cost, inventory for each product. The Unmet Demand indicates any shortages that might have occurred. The Shipments gives the flow amount of each route for each product. The Inventory records any excess amounts of inventory at each location. Even though you have arrived at a solution, you might want to test different what-if scenarios. LeftLane makes this really easy to do by letting you create or clone scenarios. Simply click the Add button, specify whether you wish to create a new scenario from scratch or clone an existing one. Hit Clone, and now we have a fresh new scenario. You can change any input data, any of the optimizer setting, and rerun it. Then you can compare the scenarios in the Compare tab. As you can see, we have greatly simplified the user experience around using optimizations for practical real-world applications at speed and at scale. Let's quickly walk through the second project. This project is capacitated vehicle routing, or more commonly known as CVRP. The idea is to determine the optimal assignments and routes for a fleet of vehicles to satisfy customer demands. Again, we start with the model. Notice that for this project template, the input tabs are slightly different than what we saw earlier. This again highlights the flexibility and extensibility of our platform. The Fleet tab lets you enter the vehicle types and their capacities, as well as any time or weight constraints. The service time and return tabs are optional, but again demonstrate the modeling flexibility. Suppose that not only are you making deliveries, but are also offering services, such as furniture drop-off and assembly. This will feed in to your overall route times. Similarly, with the growing trend of the secondary market, you also might want to do product pickups. Again, all of these can be captured and modeled using LeftLane. Next, in the Optimizer tab, we have a similar layout, but the parameter settings change since the underlying algorithm is different. Some constraints are by default, but again, you have the ability to choose the others. Once you're happy, you can hit Optimize and see the results under Analyze. The final results are depicted on the map, as each different color represents each different vehicles and their routes. You can see the summary, as well as a detailed path for each vehicle. I hope these two sample projects gave you a good understanding of our platform. Our goal is to have many more templates available for your use. Of course, we can always provide custom solutions to address your unique needs if any of these platform templates do not meet your specific use cases. Given our cloud-based architecture, we also have the ability to integrate with external systems, including solvers, so there is really no limit to what we can do. In conclusion, LeftLane's innovative approach, combined with the state-of-the-art technologies, enable businesses to make data-driven decisions based on our simplified user experience. We have put people at the center, built a process around it, and have the necessary technology in place to enable those. Thank you for your time, and we hope to hear from you soon.